Hey guys, it's Courtney with the Kitchen Garden, and today I have a little tutorial for you on how to prune your blueberry bushes. They are an easy fruit to add to any homestead or urban garden, I should say. Here we have them in a place where we used to have azaleas, because azaleas are very common here in North Carolina. They like acidic soil, and so do blueberries. So pruning up a blueberry bush is important. One, it gives you a much more productive harvest next year. Two, it helps maintain the size. If I have a 10-foot tall blueberry bush, I'm never really going to get up and get those blueberries in the very top. So instead of creating a blueberry bush that's really tall, I want one that's manageable for me as a home gardener. Okay, this blueberry bush itself, and the third thing is that pruning up will help to create some airflow in there that will help your blueberries not to rot on the plant, and just frankly for your plant to focus its energies on producing good fruit instead of trying to get taller. So I've got 3 steps for you to prune your blueberry bush, which involves thinning out some branches that are overlapping, clearing out some dead limbs, but then also controlling the size of your blueberry bush. Again, you don't want it so tall that you can't reach the fruits, okay? This particular blueberry bush is now about 6 years old, and it's already budding. I really should have pruned it probably about a month ago, but life happens, and here we are. So let me show you how to prune your blueberry bush. So the first step that we're going to take in pruning this blueberry bush is to prune out any limbs that are touching. See these here that are crossing over one another? That's an indication that one of them is going to have to come off. So you can see this limb right here, it's got these buds on it, but it's crossing over the top of this underlying limb as well. And so you want to get a pair of good pruners. Okay, identify those limbs that are crossing, particularly if they're touching, and you're going to want to trim off one of the crossing limbs. And so just hold it and trim it right there where it touches the other branch. Okay, and this is again going to create some great airflow for you and make your plant produce better. The second step is going to be controlling the size of my plant. So here I'm showing you the top of my blueberry bush, and you'll actually notice some of the limbs look like they have a bit of a corkscrew pattern, and that's because I have been using a cover for my blueberry bush, and those limbs were hitting that cover and weren't able to grow as straight as they would have originally not given that constraint. So use a good handsaw or your pruners to trim off these tall limbs. The final step is to go through and trim off any dead limbs or unproductive limbs. These are usually going to be closer to the bottom of your plant, and those that maybe have produced for a few years and now are done, and hopefully you have a dog as well to help you with all your pruning duties. So trim those dead or dying branches off and get ready for an even better blueberry harvest this summer, and hopefully you have a helper. So that's it. That's all you need to know to prune up a blueberry bush, whether it's one bush you have in your yard or multiples. Pruning is pretty easy, and it's really only something you have to do once a year unless your bush grows a lot during the season and you're trying to maintain its size. You can also do the same method if you have a blueberry bush in a container and you're trying to maintain its size as well. So blueberries are really hardy and easy to grow, and they're perfect for beginner gardeners or experienced gardeners alike. And it's just a great way to add fruit to your yard without having to add a fruit tree, which can be a whole lot more maintenance. So if you found this helpful, drop a comment below if you have a question, or if you have a particular type of blueberry that you really love and you want to share it with us, and hit subscribe as well to get more gardening videos right into your feed. Thanks so much, guys.